Have you ever wondered why we do what we do? What drives us to wake up every morning and chase our dreams? This is the intrigue of motivation, the invisible force that propels us forward, shapes our decisions, and forms the backbone of our behaviors. It's the spark that ignites our passions and fuels our pursuits. But what exactly is motivation? It's a complex psychological phenomenon involving our needs, desires, and ambitions. It's the internal or external stimuli that kickstart our actions and sustain our efforts. It's the difference between lounging on the couch and running a marathon, between settling for mediocrity and striving for excellence. In this video, we are going to delve into the intricacies of motivation. We will explore different theories, from Maslow's hierarchy of needs to Atkinson's achievement motivation theory, that aim to explain this fascinating aspect of human behavior. Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries of human motivation. There exist several theories that attempt to explain why we behave the way we do. Indeed, the field of psychology is rich with varied perspectives, each seeking to demystify the complex workings of human motivation. Today, we'll be exploring three such theories: Maslow's hierarchy of needs, drive reduction theory, and Atkinson's achievement motivation theory. First, we have Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This theory paints a layered picture of human needs, suggesting that we are motivated by a sequence of necessities, starting at the most basic physiological needs and culminating in self-actualization. It's like a stairway, where each step represents a different level of needs we must satisfy before climbing to the next. Next up is the drive reduction theory. This theory proposes that our actions are fueled by biological needs. Imagine you're a car. Your fuel light comes on, signaling that you're running low on gas. What do? Naturally, you'd head to the nearest gas station to fill up. Similarly, when we experience a deficit in a biological need, like hunger or thirst, our body sends us signals, driving us to reduce that need. Finally, we have Atkinson's achievement motivation theory. This theory is all about the push and pull between the desire for success and the fear of failure. It's like a tug of war, with success on one end and failure on the other. The strength of our motivation depends on which end we're pulling harder. While each of these theories offers a unique lens through which to view motivation, they all share a common thread. They suggest that motivation is not a one-size-fits-all phenomenon, but rather a dynamic interplay of various factors, each playing a crucial role in shaping our behaviors and actions. In the following sections, we'll delve deeper into each of these theories, examining their strengths, limitations, and the fascinating insights they offer into the human psyche. After all, understanding motivation is key to unlocking our potential and leading fulfilling lives. Now let's dive deeper into each of these theories. First on our list is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Picture a pyramid, if you will. This pyramid, as imagined by psychologist Abraham Maslow back in the mid-20th century, represents a hierarchy of human needs. It's a theory that suggests our motivations stem from a series of 5 fundamental needs, each one building upon the other. At the base of the pyramid, we have our physiological needs. These are the absolute essentials for survival: food, water, warmth, and rest. Maslow proposed that until these basic needs are met, we are unlikely to focus on anything else. It's a bit like trying to solve a complex math problem on an empty stomach. Your mind is not on the numbers, but on the grumbling in your gut. Next up, safety needs. Once our physiological needs are satisfied, we begin to seek security and safety. This can range from financial security to feeling safe in our homes and communities. It's about finding stability in a chaotic world. The middle tier of the pyramid is all about belongingness and love needs. We are social creatures by nature, and we seek connections with others. Friendships, family, romantic relationships, all of these contribute to this level. It's about feeling loved, accepted, and part of a community. Moving up, we reach the esteem needs. This is where we seek recognition and respect from our peers. We strive for a sense of accomplishment, mastery, and independence. It's about feeling valued and valuable in the world. Finally, at the very top of the pyramid, we find self-actualization. This is the ultimate goal according to Maslow. It's about realizing and fulfilling our full potential. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves, reaching our personal goals, and expressing our creativity. So, what does all this mean? Well, Maslow's hierarchy of needs proposes a sequential process of motivation. We start at the bottom, with our most basic needs, and as each level is satisfied, we move up, driven by the desire to meet the next set of needs. It's not a rigid process, though. Life is complex, and sometimes we might find ourselves working on multiple levels at once, or skipping a level entirely. It's important to remember that this is just a theory. It's a framework that can help us understand human motivation, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. We are complex beings, and our motivations can be influenced by a myriad of factors beyond our basic needs. But there's something quite profound in Maslow's theory. It suggests that we are all on a journey driven by our unmet needs, pushing us towards growth, connection, recognition, and ultimately, self-actualization. So, according to Maslow, we are all on a journey towards self-actualization. Next, we have the drive reduction theory. This theory is all about our internal drives, those physiological needs that push us into action. The theory posits that our behaviors are primarily motivated by the desire to maintain a state of physiological balance, or what scientists call homeostasis. Imagine you're out on a hike. The sun is beating down, you've been walking for hours, and suddenly you feel it, an intense thirst. This thirst is a biological need, a drive. According to the drive reduction theory, your body will push you to take action to reduce this drive, to quench your thirst, so you can return to a state of balance or homeostasis. The drive reduction theory was developed by psychologist Clark Hull in the mid-20th century. Hull believed that all motivation stemmed from biological needs. He theorized that when we experience a physiological need, like hunger or thirst, it creates a state of tension or discomfort. This tension then drives us to engage in behaviors that will reduce the need and, in turn, the tension. Once the need is satisfied, we return to a state of homeostasis, and the drive is reduced. But it's not just about survival needs like food, water, and warmth. The drive reduction theory also applies to social and psychological needs. Consider the drive for social interaction. Humans are inherently social creatures. We crave connection with others. When we're isolated or alone, we experience a state of tension. This social drive prompts us to seek out companionship, to engage with others, and once we do, we feel a sense of relief. Our drive for social interaction has been reduced, and we return to a state of balance. Or what about the drive for knowledge? Have you ever been gripped by a burning question, a mystery, a puzzle you just had to solve? This is a psychological drive. The tension you feel is the gap in your understanding, the unanswered question. This drive pushes you to seek answers, to learn, to explore. And when you finally find the answer, when the pieces of the puzzle fall into place, you experience a sense of satisfaction. Your drive for knowledge has been reduced, and you return to a state of balance. In essence, the drive reduction theory suggests that we are motivated by our biological needs. It's a compelling idea, isn't it? That beneath all our complex thoughts and emotions, our motivations might be as simple as seeking balance, as striving to reduce our drives. Whether it's quenching our thirst on a hot day, connecting with others to alleviate loneliness, or solving a puzzle to satisfy our curiosity, we are driven by our needs. And it's the reduction of these drives, the return to homeostasis, that motivates us to act. Lastly, we will look at Atkinson's achievement motivation theory. Delving into the depths of human motivation, we find ourselves face to face with an intriguing concept, one that speaks volumes about our innate drive to succeed and the fear that accompanies it. This is the realm of John William Atkinson's achievement motivation theory. According to Atkinson, our motivation is a balancing act between two powerful forces: the desire for achievement, or need for achievement, and the fear of failure. These two components act as the yin and yang of our motivation, pushing and pulling us in different directions, yet always keeping us moving forward. Let's start with the need for achievement. This is the drive that propels us to conquer challenges, to overcome obstacles, and to reach for the stars. It's the force that makes us strive for success, for recognition, and for the satisfaction of knowing we've accomplished something worthwhile. It's what makes us set goals, persevere in the face of adversity, and keep pushing ourselves to new heights. It's the fuel that powers our ambition. But there's a flip side to this coin: the fear of failure. This is the nagging doubt that creeps in when we're faced with a challenge. It's the voice in the back of our heads whispering, "What if you fail?" It's the fear of disappointment, of not living up to expectations, of falling short of our goals. This fear can be paralyzing, causing us to hesitate, to second-guess ourselves, and even to avoid taking risks altogether. So, how do these two forces interact? According to Atkinson, they're in a constant tug-of-war. When the need for achievement is stronger, We're driven to take on challenges and push ourselves to succeed. But when the fear of failure dominates, we tend to avoid risks and play it safe. This balance between aspiration and fear, between striving and avoiding, is what shapes our behavior and our motivation. Atkinson's theory also introduces the concept of achievement motivation. This is a person's tendency to strive for success and to choose goal-oriented, challenging tasks. People with high achievement motivation are more likely to take on tasks of moderate difficulty rather than easy tasks or extremely difficult tasks. They're attracted to the challenge, but they also want a reasonable chance of success. But what about people with low achievement motivation? According to Atkinson, they're more likely to choose either very easy or very difficult tasks. Why? Because easy tasks carry little risk of failure, while extremely difficult tasks carry little expectation of success. Either way, they avoid the risk of disappointment. Atkinson's theory, therefore, suggests that our motivation is driven by both our aspirations and our fears. It's a fascinating perspective, one that can help us understand why we do what we do, why we push ourselves, and why we sometimes hold back. Whether we're reaching for the stars or playing it safe, it's all part of the complex dance of motivation. Now that we've explored each theory, let's compare them. First, let's look at the similarities. Each theory, whether it's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, drive reduction theory, or Atkinson's achievement motivation theory, is rooted in the belief that human behavior is driven by internal needs or desires. These theories all recognize that motivation is multifaceted, complex, and deeply personal. But they also differ significantly in how they perceive these needs and desires. Maslow's hierarchy of needs posits that we have a series of needs, starting from basic physiological needs to self-actualization, and we must fulfill the lower-level needs before we can attend to the higher ones. In contrast, the drive reduction theory suggests that our actions are motivated by the need to maintain a state of physiological balance or homeostasis. Atkinson's achievement motivation theory, on the other hand, focuses on the drive to achieve success and the fear of failure as primary motivating factors. This theory suggests that individuals are motivated differently, and their behavior can be predicted based on their desire for achievement and their fear of failure. Each theory has its strengths and limitations. For instance, Maslow's theory is praised for its comprehensive and intuitive nature, but it's criticized for its lack of empirical support and its assumption that needs follow a strict hierarchical order. The drive reduction theory, while effective in explaining motivation for basic needs, falls short when explaining more complex human behaviors. And Atkinson's theory, though it offers valuable insights into the role of personal traits in motivation, fails to account for the influence of external factors. Despite their differences and limitations, these theories are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary. They each offer a piece of the puzzle, providing us with a more holistic understanding of human motivation. By integrating the insights from each theory, we can gain a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of why we do what we do. Each theory offers us a unique lens to view human motivation, and together they provide a comprehensive understanding of why we do what we do. In conclusion, understanding motivation is a complex yet fascinating endeavor. From Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we learned that our motivations are driven by a series of fundamental needs, starting with physiological ones and culminating in self-actualization. Drive reduction theory, on the other hand, posits that our actions are fueled by the desire to maintain balance and reduce discomfort. It's a simple yet powerful concept that explains why we strive to quench our thirst or satiate our hunger. Atkinson's achievement motivation theory takes us a step further by highlighting the role of individual differences in motivation. Some of us are driven by the desire to succeed, while others are motivated by the fear of failure. Each theory offers unique insights into the multifaceted nature of motivation. They remind us of the power of understanding what drives our actions. By understanding what drives us, we can harness our motivation to achieve our goals and live fulfilling lives. Subscribe and don't forget to take care of yourselves. Goodbye.